right, man. So we live. So what's up? What's on your mind?
Hey man, I got to talk about couple of topics, man. I think I'll start with the Amari Cooper trade since it's hot off the press. Um,
Okay.
it makes sense for Dallas more than Oakland because Dallas is in dire need of a wide receiver,
Yeah.
but to give
They
up,
are.
a first round pick for a receiver that's becoming too often injured is kind of a head scratcher to me. And I'm starting to also understand why John Gruden is trading away, his top tier talent is because he wants to put the type team that he wants on the field. Uh, I think, too, I think this move to Las Vegas has a lot to do with it. I think they're trying to put a fresh, young team on the field once they get to Las Vegas. And on top of that, I think Reggie McKenzie, he's on the way out the door because I'm just gonna say it. I think John Gruden is making all the moves and leaving Reggie McKenzie out of the fold because if you trade away two of your best players, does that mean that David Carr is on his way out the door next?
It's a strong
Something to
possibility.
think
I
about.
mean, yeah. I was gonna say because I mean, just like what you was talking about with Amari Cooper, both of them's play is inconsistent. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, we talked about this last night when we was watching the Washington and the Dallas game, and I said, a lot of people are talking about Dak, but the reason Dak is not where he's at because he doesn't have a target. If you look at his
Right.
first season, Jason Witten was his target. It was his go-to receiver. This year he doesn't have that. So with that being
Right.
said, I thought honestly that was a good move by Dallas to go after Mari Cooper, but I do agree with you 100% with Oakland trading him. It's a big deal, but when you kind of look at it, he has, just like you said, you made it clear and open that Cooper himself has been inconsistent.
Right.
So, with him
Right.
being inconsistent like that, that just kind of puts you on the chopping block.
Right. And two, also, um, he has to look at himself in the mirror because if you're dismantling your team, getting rid of your stars, what does that leave your job in the near future? You have to think too, if you're not putting a product on the field that's going to be competitive, how can you expect to keep your job after all these moves?
hmm
And
Well, I mean, I was
go
gonna say
ahead.
Oakland gave him, gave him a nice little reign as far as for the control, because, I forgot exactly the details, but basically, they can't fire him if memory serves me correct, right?
Right, right. He will have to
Um,
step away.
and then what? Don't he have like control over all player personnel and stuff like that?
He's got part owner to making the decisions. But Reggie McKenzie's the GM. But at the same
So,
time, you can see that these moves that they're making, Reggie McKenzie has nothing to do with it because McKinney wouldn't have traded Khalil Mack. He wouldn't have traded
oh no,
Amari Cooper.
no,
And
no.
trust me, he wouldn't, think about trading Derek Carr, but the writing's on the wall and you can see it. Because one, John Gruden didn't draft him, so what does he have to lose? That's with any of the players that he's gotten rid of. He didn't draft none, so he's not losing anything.
Well, the only thing I agree with you 100% on Khalil Mack. There ain't no way in the world I could have let a talent like that walk out. There's not enough. There's nothing on the table out there right now for me to say, okay, I'm gonna let Khalil Mack walk. Now, maybe 10% of me is looking at it. Maybe he looked at it from a business perspective, as far as okay, possibly we can either draft or recruit new talent via free agency.
Right,
It's probably, like I say, 10% of me is just saying, okay, that's probably a justifiable way to look at it. But I mean, the fan and the analyst in me is like, nah, he ain't leaving. But Cooper and
Right.
Carr, yeah, I mean, you can make a good argument for them being on the chopping block. Now, I know Oakland fans and soon to be Vegas fans wouldn't agree, but y'all don't understand. Amari Cooper has been inconsistent. Now, I
Right.
think he has the potential to be a good receiver. And I think going to Dallas, I think is an excellent opportunity to show the world that, you're not a waste of talent. And,
Right.
change of scenery can be good for him. I mean, you've seen guys that were in certain organizations and the talent didn't flourish, but when they got to another team, it was like, wow, man, where did this come from? So I think it's a good opportunity. I think, to be honest with you, you know how I am. I think anytime you trade it and you're going into a situation, this is a learning season for you. But I think if they can make something happen next year, I think they might. I think it might be a nice little talent for him and Prescott.
Right. And you made my next point. I was gonna say this is a kind of feel through season to see which direction you feel like you need to go.
Right.
And for Gruden, he feels like, I can clean house, bring in my own fresh team, and then 2 or 3 seasons after I make my first, real impact, uh, maybe, you know, maybe I'll be working with something because if you think about what he's doing, right now after the trade today, he has 3 first round picks. So 9 times out of 10, he may trade one of those first round picks to get more picks. And on top of that, you know, it kind of solidifies his future for the next couple of years because whatever choices that he makes is going to fall on him 100%.
Of
So
course. Of course.
I can understand why he's making the deals. I just don't understand why he had to sacrifice, his top talent to do so.
That man, that's just how Gruden is, you know, and that's just what Gruden does.
Right.
We saw it in Tampa Bay. We didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time, and I really didn't start watching Gruden honestly till the first year that they got Jerry Rice. But I didn't see that
Right.
the first go round in Oakland. Now I did see it when he went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but think about, in Oakland, they had a pretty good defense and had a magnificent offense. But this time around, they do not have no defense. The talent on offense is mediocre. So, I mean, what in the world is he doing? Now, with Khalil Mack, the writing was on the wall when they signed Bruce Irvin, former Seahawk, and they drafted Arden Key, who was a pass rusher out of LSU. So Khalil Mack, it wasn't, it wasn't a surprise. But Amari Cooper, you just drafted him 3 years ago, and you've already traded him. It's not smart, man.
And man, I think it really was the production. I think that was the real big issue. The fact that he was inconsistent. He had didn't he get injured a couple of 2 seasons ago or something like that? I think
Yeah,
injuries might have played.
he, he suffered a leg injury. He suffered a couple of concussions, and those concussions are serious,
Yeah.
serious business, and that alone was maybe a reason why he traded Amari Cooper because the injuries started to pile up.
Again, man, he's got to at this point make the best of it. So when he gets to Dallas, he's
Right.
got to go in with a level head and be focused.
uh, what is you doing, girl? Oh boy, kid funny.
Dude, we'll wrap this segment up, man, and we're gonna come back to y'all. Want to hear from y'all, the fans out there, see exactly what y'all think. You see, my number one fan is right here with me, and then we're gonna go from there. It's your boy Simon
Cool,
Phoenix,
man. Smitty
Antoine Smitty
Smith.
Smith.
Hey.
We out.